Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I'm here with the 1992 World Long Drive Champion, Monte Scheinblum. How's it going?
Almost forgot my name, right?
No, I didn't forget your name. I was
kidding.
thinking about how do I want to introduce him because you've done so much in your life since doing that. Most recently, this video is all about ball speed, creating more ball speed and everything. Tips from the champ, but also you just got back from the U.S. Senior Open.
Yes.
And had a lot of good holes, too many bad holes.
Yeah.
But one stat that you did dominate the field in those first two rounds before the cut.
I led the field in driving distance.
Led the field by a lot in driving distance. And we certainly saw that on the Be Better Golf Challenge series, you hitting like legitimate 400-yard drives. I mean, it was like 97 degrees, but I mean, they were easy mid-180s ball speeds. For me, the channel has been seeing this journey where I used to be about 158 on my ball speed. I've been doing some speed stuff, also improving my impact through your great device. And now I've not been as consistent with my speed training as I've wanted to be. So talk a little bit about what you do to create great ball speed, and then also what people who, because even like if a guy is hitting it, 150 ball speed, 155 would be amazing for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
And look, you are never going to hear me say getting stronger isn't going to help, doing speed training isn't going to help, all that stuff. Those things absolutely help. But the single greatest accumulation of ball speed comes from swinging better and hitting the ball in the middle of the club face.
Yeah.
Because the more efficient your swing is, the faster your body's going to allow you to move. And the number one-to-one correlation with ball speed, hitting it in the middle of the club face.
Okay.
You got to hit it in the middle of the club face. So that's the number one thing. So my advice to everybody is always improve everything.
Yeah.
Improve your fitness, improve your speed training, improve your swing, improve the solidness of your contact. So that's where you're going to get the most extra ball speed from, is hitting it in the middle of the face. From
just like I was wondering this after we did the Be Better Golf Challenge series and seeing you and Blair just hit so many long shots in that. I was wondering, like physically between you and me, we're totally different, but what do you think physically you're better at than me? Like you think your grip strength's a lot more than me? Like, cause my good ones are right at 170. Monte's good ones are in the 190s. So where do you think that?
It's hard for me to get into I maybe get a couple into the 190s.
Well, I maybe get a couple in the 170s.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
My golf course swing on a good day is like 180 to 182.
Yeah.
And if I really, really step on it, 187, 188, which for a 52-year-old man that's 30 pounds overweight, it's pretty good. Obviously back when I was the world long driving champion, with modern equipment, you bring 1992 Monte here, I'm probably in the 215 to 220 range and probably 195 to 200 with a regular club.
Right.
And this is the one thing. I do a couple of things better than you. I link my arms up to my torso in transition better than you do. But my ceiling is higher than yours. I was born with the ability to hit it farther than everybody else, just like Usain Bolt was born with the ability to run faster than everybody else.
Yeah, right.
If you got a little bit stronger, you wouldn't gain that much more ball speed. Your big issue is, and this is when you don't link your arms and your torso up in transition, it's just, you lose speed.
Okay.
It's pretty much that simple.
So I'm just gonna try to hit it hard.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna try to create a hot ball speed. So I'm gonna hit it out of the center and just try to hit it hard, and then we'll go from there and we'll see what we can peak at in about 15 minutes here.
See, now, this is what we're going to see on that once we get the numbers here. The club head speed was fast.
Yeah. It just had that spin that goes this way. That would take off a little bit of
speed. A lot. You hit it in the heel.
Yeah.
You hit it in the heel.
Yeah. You can see on this black face Strix-on driver, you can see the dimples, and that was in the heel.
Yeah. So, you had 109 miles an hour club head speed, which is pretty good, just below the tour average. but you only had like 152 miles an hour of ball speed because you didn't hit it in the middle of the club face. So theoretically, 109 miles an hour of ball speed, a club head speed, you're only a couple of miles an hour of club head speed away from being able to achieve 170 if you hit it solid.
Okay. Okay. So what changes can I think about to catch it a little bit more in the center, a little bit more linked up?
Okay, to me, I think you tee the ball too high.
Okay.
Okay. Your angle of attack on that was, up 4.5. Now I know everyone says that's where you start to maximize things, close to up 5, but it's hard to hit the middle of the club face when you're hitting up that much. To me, I like to see up 1, maybe up 2 is a good thing.
So we used to hear about half the ball above the crown.
That's fair. I like to tee it lower personally.
Oh, okay. So
I like to only see a little bit of ball above the crown. That is personal preference. Okay.
You like that as a height?
I like
to try?
that.
Okay.
I like that.
All right, so guys, for you, I would say that's about 60% of the ball above the crown. All right. And what would you like me to think about in transition, Monte? Just to be a little bit more linked up, but I want to have a kind of like Phil talks about, I want to have a thought, like an aggressive thought.
Yes. To me, for you, it's always been about getting your right arm to move that way instead of down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when you pull down and you tilt your shoulders, I think you lose speed that way.
So rather than that. We're going to go straight line to the ball more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's do that.
See, that was still a little bit of pull down.
Yeah.
And still a little bit of extra tilt in your shoulders, but that was better than the previous one.
Way in the heel. Low in the heel that time.
Yeah. Again, that was faster. 111 miles an hour. Now we're starting to get to a club head speed number where if you hit it solid, you're going to get that 170.
Okay. And what did we get on ball? That was so in the heel.
That was 160.
Okay. So same thing here. And then that right arm, I'm getting a little bit caught up in what not to do. What should I, I should do?
So you should be thinking, go ahead, take it back. Your first move down should be more this way instead of that way.
This way.
That's what it's going to feel like, but it won't be that.
Okay, I'll just try it.
That was a little better. Turned over a little too much, but that was better than the first two.
Yeah, it felt over the top. It's a lot more in the center.
Okay, it felt over the top, but your club path was still 2 degrees to the right.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
cool.
And that ball speed was 166. So
okay. We're catching up.
We're catching up.
We gained 10 miles there already.
See,
the left there was just a little bit of twist.
It's golf. Sometimes the ball goes left,
yeah,
you know.
Right.
The best players in the world hit it left sometimes.
Yeah. I interrupted you.
No, that's fine.
I do sometimes. What were you saying?
So, to me, the issue that I've always thought was the biggest problem in your golf swing is you try to get the club shallowed and coming from the inside by tilting your shoulders, instead of getting it with proper wrist action and then rotating more level. Exactly right.
Okay, cool. Turn it up here a little bit.
Almost.
Spinny, but
that was closer.
Close, yeah.
Each one has been successively better.
Yeah, that was a great shot for the course.
Okay, now we're close. That was 168 miles an hour.
Okay.
So and that was 112.5 miles an hour. So you're starting to pick up the speed.
Okay.
With the club. The only difference between that and over 170 is hitting the ball in the middle of the club face with the same swing.
Well, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We don't quit. All right, the one thing, Monte, you talk about more, what are the word I'm looking for? or the one thing that you talk about more eloquently than anybody else, is the connection between a John Rahm or Dustin Johnson bowed wrist and a little bit of casting. And that's kind of what I felt on that last one.
Yeah.
So talk about that, like, because everybody would think like Sergio and people is like this way, but actually as you bow, it goes out. Huh.
See, when everybody's trying to lag the club really hard, they get this angle in their left wrist, extension in the left wrist.
Yeah, because you can kind of fold it near your shoulder here,
right?
Like pretty easy with.
And that gets
cupping.
the club face wide open and the shaft too vertical, and you can't generate speed from there. It's a misunderstanding. Whereas when you watch Sergio and Rahm, they work this way in the downswing.
Here, so I'm here, and they're going this way.
Correct.
That's that almost over the top with the shoulders, and then cast with the.
It's funny you say that. Is people will generally be like instinct over the top with the hands and the wrists, and from the inside by tilting the shoulders. It should be the opposite.
Yeah.
You should be shallowing and coming from the inside with the wrists, and then quote unquote being over the top with the shoulders.
Yeah, because every once in a while, Rocco is talking about this. Every once in a while, like you'll hit an over the top shot that goes 30 yards further than your normal drive.
Right.
Yeah.
And everybody makes fun of Alex Noren's rehearsal move.
Okay. So this is Alex.
Okay. All he's trying to do is get the feel of shallowing the club and laying down the shaft with his wrists while keeping his shoulders level.
Okay. All right. So I got a good tee height. That was key one. And now in transition, see how this looks, Monte. I guarantee it'll look great because I'm pretty good at practice swings.
We're all good at practice swings, right?
Okay, so we're going.
Nice.
Yeah, it feels good. Okay. All right, a little bit patient. And hit it hard.
That was
Could be
pretty
a long
good.
ball there.
That was pretty good.
That will be a long ball.
You pushed it a little, but
Yeah.
that was pretty good. 111 miles an hour, 168 ball speed.
Oh, we're so close.
We're so
we gotta
close.
Get it. We gotta get it. All right, so Monte, if you're in the World Long Drive competition and you know that Jason Zubak or whoever you were competing against then is a little bit faster than you. Okay. You know that they're a little bit faster than you, and you know you need about 2 more miles an hour ball speed. What are you going to? What's your go-to feel?
It is exactly what I'm working on in my regular swing right now. When I get fast in the transition, I had that trouble when you filmed me at the 2016 Long Beach Open. It was my problem at the US Open last week. When I get fast in transition, my swing gets short, my sequence gets all off. So all I think about is trying to wait a little bit longer before I change direction.
Ah, okay. Oh yeah, that's.
I mean, that last one, but you know, even though the ball speed was only 168, it did go 316. So
Yeah, it was a good ball.
it was a good ball.
Okay. So this time I think I'm just gonna feel a little bit. I think I'm gonna make as much. I have flexibility, so I can make a turn. So I'm gonna make a pretty good turn here, and then do my moves. How's that for a tee height?
I like it.
You like that one? Okay.
Yep.
That's the same line as the last one. Ooh, that's a hot spot on the face, Monte.
Yep. 166. It's close.
Okay.
See, and look, and that was 114 miles an hour. This is what I was talking about when we started the segment. You've made 3 swings that if you would have hit the ball in the middle of the club face, they would have been over 170 miles an hour.
Okay, so we got our spot there.
Yes.
Where would you like to see it? Ideally.
That's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That one was probably a little low because the ball might not have been great. These are range balls, but slightly high on the face and more toward the toe than the heel is kind of where the hot spot on most of these drivers are.
Yeah, that's a good point because I was doing Pro V1s in Kansas. Okay.
Yeah, these balls are probably minus, I don't know, 2 or 3 miles an hour of ball speed from a premium golf ball.
Okay. All right, here we go. 170 or bust right here.
Nice.
That drew. That might be a little hotter because it drew.
That was a good ball.
Oh, I like that spot too. See that spot there?
Yep.
See it right there, guys? The highs.
167.
Okay. Final one, and then we're going to do our U.S. Open video.
Tee it down a little.
Yeah, I am hitting it. I'm catching it much more in the center of the face at a lower tee height.
It's real. The more, let me see what your angle of attack on that one was. See, there you go. That was up 1. To me, you know, the average on tour is down 1. They're trying to hit the ball solid.
What was the year that TrackMan first really made its big splash on the scene? Was that 2009?
It was quite. It was at least 10 years ago.
I heard that, and I don't know if you heard this too. I heard that there was 2 different one-time major champions. That when that data first came out, there were a lot of people were saying 4 or 5 up, and they were seeing on the launch monitor they were 20 yards further, 4 or 5 up. These 2 guys, and they really detoured their games in trying to hit it up.
Look, a robot will hit up 5 farther.
Yeah.
But a human being to get up 5, their body mechanics have to change, and then you start messing with matching the face and path and hitting the middle of the club face. So in a laboratory, sure, up 5 is great, but the vast majority of golfers are going to get the maximum results from like 0, like down 1 to up 2. That's
Okay.
you know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, you know, everybody's heard Brooks Koepka hits down considerably on his driver.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I've seen that. Here we go. So Monte practice swing's going to be like,
Nice.
that should be pretty good.
Nice. That was a pretty good ball.
And again, I mean, that's really catching it in the center consistently.
167. But that was, again, that was 100. That was the ball. Because let's see, look, where'd you hit that one?
That was right there.
See, that's pretty close to the center of the club face.
It was a little toey, yeah.
Okay? That's 116 miles an hour club head speed. So your club head speed's come up 5 to 6 miles an hour since we moved the ball down and changed your concept just a little bit. I mean, with a premium golf ball, 115 miles an hour is over 170, no problem.
We're calling it there. I broke 170. We just don't have the Pro V1 to prove it. But all right, so just for fun, final ball before we move on. This is my balls to the walls gorilla swing here, Monte.
I like it.
I can tell already it's more comfortable for me to have that ball high, but I do not catch it in the center as often when I have it that high.
Yeah, that swing path was basically neutral, a less than degree to the right, and you were up 1, so that's perfect.
All right, here we go. You've never seen a person swing harder than this.
Okay.
You've been around a lot of long drivers. Oh no, terrible. Well, diminishing returns there.
Yeah, fast change of direction.
All right, so we peaked at 168.5 or something
Yes.
like that? Okay, cool. We'll add a few miles an hour for the change in range ball to real ball, so like 172 or 171, something like that. Thanks for watching, everybody. This video is brought to you by the 300-yard impact, your really cool training aid and device, which is has a little pad here. There's a link for it in the description below. Go to the link in the description below. It's going to be something with their website and a little tag for BBG at the end of it. And it's something that's really helped my impact quite a bit, and I think you guys are going to like it. Also, Monte, you have a YouTube page. Are you putting things up consistently?
Yeah. I've been,
good.
you know, I was going exclusively with Instagram for a while at Monte Scheinblum, but I've started to put up videos on the YouTube again.
Yeah, you can be a little bit longer.
It's Hit It Long, YouTube Hit It Long or Monte Scheinblum.
Yeah, if you search either one of those. Yeah. No help in spelling that name. I still don't know how to do it.
Exactly. I don't know how to spell it either.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Click the subscribe button. It really helps the channel.